Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of life's toughest challenges, getting over a breakup. But we're not just going to talk about feelings. We're going to turn this whole painful process into a clear, actionable plan to totally reboot your brain. So let's just get right into it. Does your brain feel, well, broken after a breakup? If you're stuck replaying moments, wrestling with that constant ache of loss, I want you to hear this loud and clear. You're not alone, and this is not some kind of personal failing. Nope, it's actually a biological process happening right inside your head. And that's the thing, the key is to reframe this entire experience. We're not just healing a wound here, we're performing a system update. And you know what the best part is? You're the programmer. You are in complete control of this reboot.
So where do we start? Well, step one, and this is the foundation for everything, is to just unplug from the problem. What that means is you have to radically accept the reality of the situation. No fighting it.
This quote really gets to the heart of it. Trying to force a relationship that's no longer compatible, it's like trying to jam a puzzle piece where it just doesn't fit, you know? All it does is cause damage. It creates so much anxiety and traps both of you in a cycle of pain. The kindest and, honestly, the strongest thing you can do for both of you is to just let go.
And this really lays out the two paths in front of you, right? On one side, you've got that constant stress of trying to fix something that's broken, always looking backward. On the other side, you have the peace that comes with acceptance, with finally looking forward. That moment you decide to step off that first path and onto the second, well, that's the moment your healing really begins.
All right, so you've accepted the situation. Now what? The next challenge is dealing with those super powerful urges to look back, right? So for step two, we're going to treat these compulsions not as a sign of weakness, but as a bad habit. A habit that you can and you will break. This is what we call the addiction method. And get this, there's actual science behind it. Relationships give our brains these little hits of chemicals, like dopamine. After a breakup, that supply gets cut off, and your brain basically goes into withdrawal. That's what creates those intense cravings. And that's why just relying on willpower, telling yourself, don't text them, it's like trying to hold your breath. Eventually you run out of air and you give in. We need a much smarter strategy here.
So the goal here is to change your environment, not just your mind. It's a simple three-part process. First, you gotta identify every single trigger. I'm talking the photos, the chat history, that sweatshirt they left behind, all of it. Second, remove them. Seriously, don't even hesitate. Just be ruthless. And third, and this is so key, you have to replace the habit. You need to have a new, pre-planned action ready to go for the second that urge hits.
So what do these powerful new habits look like? Well, think about all that time and energy you poured into the relationship. That's your time now. This is your chance to reinvest it all back into yourself. Pick up a book, go for a run, learn something new, just get outside. Every single one of these things is a vote for your future self over your past self.
Okay, so we've cleared out your external environment. Now it's time to do some internal work. This step is all about actively fighting back against that negative self-talk, that bruised confidence that pretty much always follows a breakup.
After a breakup, your brain can get stuck in these really destructive thought loops. I'm not attractive enough. I'm going to be alone forever. What did I do wrong? And here's the dangerous part. If you let those thoughts just hang around, they actually carve pathways in your brain, and your mind starts looking for evidence to prove them right. We have to interrupt that cycle, like right now.
So the moment one of those negative thoughts pops in your head, you have to catch it. You can't just let it slide. You have to actively reject it. Say it out loud if you have to. No, that is not true. This isn't about ignoring your sadness, not at all. It's about refusing to let that sadness twist how you see yourself.
And right after you reject that negative thought, you have to immediately replace it with something else. Close your eyes and vividly imagine the version of you that is happy, confident, and just thriving. Actually see yourself laughing with friends, killing it at work, or just feeling peaceful and totally content on your own. You're giving your brain a new positive destination to aim for.
And this is why that visualization is so incredibly important. Your brain, it's like a machine. It's going to work to reinforce whatever self-image you give it. So by consistently feeding it an image of a confident, valuable you are literally reprogramming it to make that your new reality.
All right, on to our final step. We've done the internal work on your mindset, on your self-image. Now it's time to take all of that and turn it outward. Time to shift from overthinking to action. After a breakup, it is so easy to get trapped inside your own head, right?
just analyzing every single past conversation. But it's a dead end. The only way out is to stop thinking and start doing, to turn your focus away from the past and onto the present, from inward to outward.
And you know what? Sometimes all you really need is a little perspective. The loss of one person can feel like the absolute end of the world. But just remember, you live on a planet with nearly 8 billion other unique, interesting people. Now, this isn't to make your loss seem small, but it is to remind you that connection is, when you get down to it, a numbers game. So the crucial takeaway here is this: action creates opportunity. This isn't about desperately trying to find a replacement for your ex. Not at all. It's about rebuilding your social world, one conversation at a time. And here's the thing. If you simply commit to going out and talking to new people, you are mathematically guaranteed to build new, meaningful connections. It's inevitable.
And there you have it, your 4-step reprogramming guide. See, getting over a breakup isn't about just sitting around passively waiting to feel better. It's an active process. You take control. First, you accept reality. Second, you break the addiction by changing your environment. Third, you reprogram your self-image. And fourth, you take outward action. This is your total system reboot.
So I'll just leave you with this question. This breakup, it's not just some painful ending. Think of it as an upgrade. It's a total system wipe that gives you this rare, really profound opportunity to write your own code, to install a new, better version of yourself. So the only question left is, who are you going to become?